Now let's walk through encounter number 6, the acid bath. I built this one to take advantage of one of our terrain trays. In this case, a 12 by 12 acid-sided terrain tray. The other side's plain stone. We're going to use the acid side for this one for added hazard. So let's take a look. So in this encounter, we enter through the door from encounter 5 into a short hallway, and then suddenly the players are faced with a huge sea of bubbling caustic green acid. There is a safe way around, but it's going to involve some jumping and platforming to get their way over there. I built this to take advantage of the 3D nature of the terrain, and I'll show you how. So in the back of this room here, we've got these snake braziers, which will be launching acid at anybody they can see. However, their line of sight is broken by these arch walls, so they can't attack players until they get up here. So the players are going to want to get, they're going to want to avoid this high ground because that makes them vulnerable to the acid blasts from the snake braziers. However, down below isn't safe either because the caustic croc, two-headed crocodile, is going to come and harass the players. And of course, we've got swinging blade traps in here to make things even more difficult for them as they try and navigate their way around. So let's look at the pieces. So we have this nice 4x1 floor. This is 4 inches long. It's good for doing spans. If you're doing some sort of elevation, you can put it over to bridge a gap, or you can cantilever it out if you want to have some sort of platform dangling off into nothingness. There's a whole variety of little floors under here, 2x1s, 1x1s, more 4x1s underneath. So you got a nice variety of floors that are underneath all these elevation pieces. We have this elevation, this ramp elevation piece. It's 4 inches long. It's 1 5/8 inch high. It's the same height as an elevation block. It's really a nice way to transition up to a different height. We've got these 1x1 pillars. These will have a pole accessory hole in the top, so you can quickly accessorize it with any of the pole accessories, such as the little gargoyle from Castle Builder system, or we have some new ones in here, a cobra head and the like, a bunch of fun stuff you'll see. We have this 4x1 elevation arch, same 4 inches long, same height. You can use it over doorways if you want to make a doorway look grand. You can use it as a bridge. Gives you all sorts of versatile building options. We have the bread and butter of all elevation builds, the plain old elevation block. Just solid, chunky, no nonsense. This thing is great. Coming back here, we have 2 more elevation arches, another elevation block. Then in the back here, we have some stairs that are made up of, these are the little stair jacks, which are 3 steps high. And you can, if you want, you can invert them to make a little platform. They sit on all the stairs for the daises. You can throw this on if you need to rest a miniature on your stairs. You can also stack them together to make a platform. Very useful little piece, and they work with, this is a 2x1 dais platform. These make a nice perfect step up to this if you want to have some sort of little, a little platform, the like. There's a lot of options that you can do with these pieces. Very useful little pieces for getting up and down places. And then that brings us over to this LED floor. These have a little JST connector on the bottom, and then there's a variety of pieces that can just socket right in. Hot sink, there'll be a battery and a switch on the bottom in the factory model. This is this deadly snake brazier with a flickering green magical flame. You can use any of your Kickstarter for Castle Builder system pieces like the Gargoyle Guardian or the Chromatic Sphere will all work on this floor piece, and this will work on the circular, copper circular floor piece from that line. And then this whole thing is surrounded by a variety of the new passage wall pieces. They just slide right under the terrain tray. Got a couple corners there, a couple outside corners, a couple of inside corners here. So all in all, this doesn't use a ton of terrain to make a pretty big encounter, and I think it'll be a memorable one. There's going to be a lot of challenges here, especially the caustic croc. So we also have an optional acetate grid overlay that you can put over your terrain trays to add a grid, and it looks something like this in application. So this is a clear sheet that we put over the terrain trays, sandwiched it under our magnetic pieces, and we now have a nice 25mm grid printed on there for your tactical movement. So that's one option you can add as an optional add-on if you'd like. So that is Encounter 6, the Acid Bath.